Hello everyone, welcome to our official first Whirlwind Heights Forecast Center update. This is going to be our forecast center for the Whirlwind Heights YouTube channel, and we'll also make another YouTube channel of sometime this year or so, maybe early next year at most, where we have Whirlwind Heights live coverage that will begin. I do need a laptop for that one, but we'll have that starting soon. And yeah, we have a long stretch of severe weather over the next few days. So let's walk you through it. Obviously today, this severe weather event probably just happened. We had a marginal threat of severe weather. Nothing really big really happened. We probably saw some damaging winds. We saw large hail. And we didn't, maybe a little bit of large hail, but it was an overall small severe weather event, probably. I don't even know, because it might have happened, but already happened by this point. No tornado threat was issued. I don't know if we saw a tornado today. I'd assume not. Tomorrow, though, could actually be significant. We have a slight risk of severe weather, and these tornado values are really high. Zooming in here, we see these storms form, but they cluster together a bit quickly. At around 5 p.m., we see a little cell pop up there. Alright, and then on Friday, April 24th, we have another slight risk, and that will be going across Oklahoma and Arkansas. And then the future radar goes to Saturday, April 25th, 2026. And I will walk you through our latest weather updates. So, obviously, on today, April 22nd, was a pretty low day of severe weather, but there could have been some winds and some hail. Day 2 outlook, on the other hand, tomorrow I'm looking at probably a pretty significant tornado outbreak to occur here across. Not a significant tornado outbreak, sorry. I am looking at a severe weather event, a pretty decent, significant severe weather event here. We have a Sig 1 tornado threat at a 5%. And if you're anywhere from Oklahoma, I would say Oklahoma City to Des Moines, Iowa, you could see some strong tornadoes. Wind, we have a 15%, no hatches there. And then for hail, 15%, we do have a Sig 1. And I'll be stretching from near the Dallas-Fort Worth area up into around Omaha, Nebraska, north of that, probably. So yeah, severe weather event ahead. And these days are probably not the most significant. Day 3 outlook, I'm not looking. It's gonna be relatively weak, but there could be some severe weather then. I'm really keeping my eye on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. On Saturday, we have an enhanced risk of severe weather for the Day 4 outlook across Oklahoma, Kansas. I think that this could be, what I've heard is this will form into a line of storms, but there could be some embedded tornadoes, and there could be some tornadoes out of this. And then Day 5 outlook, insane. And Day 6 outlook, this is where I might be looking at some discrete supercells, where we could actually see some tornadoes. And the tornado outbreak potential, I would estimate it at around, personally, my perspective, I would get probably about a 50 to 65% chance of happening. Alright, I don't know if I'll be able to cover every single one of these, but we do have a winter weather advisory for Idaho and Montana, these areas under that. And we also have a red flag warning for a large area of red flag warnings stretching all the way from North Dakota down into New Mexico and Texas. And we'll look at these. fire weather message, and I think these expire pretty soon. Yeah. We also have a mesoscale discussion. I don't see any tornadoes on this, but we do have wind gusts of 55 to 70 miles per hour possible. Peak hail size about less than 1.25 inches in diameter, and nothing really indicating tornadoes. Alright, and we also have a freeze warning in Utah, and in California we have a frost advisory, a freeze warning, small craft advisory right over here, gale warning, I guess, for these areas off the coast. We have some flood warnings in the Midwest, in Wisconsin, in Iowa. I believe that's Iowa. Yeah, that's Iowa. Yep. We have some flood warnings still in effect there. So we do, because it's been raining there for a while. All right, and then and then there's flood advisories. That's a small one there. All right, and then in Georgia we have a special weather statement. So yeah, let me check the radar here. Not looking at any precipitation. All right, and then in Florida we have this area. Hang on, I don't want to look at the radar. Gotta look over here. All right, dense smoke advisory. I think there's a is there a dense smoke advisory? Where'd that come from? We have a mesoscale discussion for heavy rainfall down here around Houston, Texas. And up here in New York, we have some special weather statements. And let me make sure I didn't miss anything. We also have some gale warnings off the East Coast. And by the way, for audience in Alaska, we have a blizzard warning in I cannot pronounce that. I am so sorry. Bering Land Bridge National Preserve. These areas are under a blizzard warning. We also have a lot of gale warnings off the coast of Alaska. I need to know what these gale warnings are. Yeah, they mean higher winds. Alright, I mean, hey. Waves, yeah. Alright, and then in Hawaii, we have special weather statement, high surf advisory, and some more high surf advisories. And let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, we do have some high wind warnings out there, and let me check if those, we have some high wind warnings. We also have some up here in Montana. There's a special weather statement here. Where is that? This thing's zoomed in. Oh, they just issued a special weather statement while we're just doing it. This will be in Montana. And we also have a special weather statement here in South Dakota. I think I already covered that. We have special weather statements in North Dakota, Minnesota, and I believe, in Minnesota. And then some of those going into Wisconsin. And that will be, I think I covered all those warnings. Well, at most of them. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and be on here for the latest updates for severe weather. I can't go live, but I will give you updates, and if there's anything significant, if there's like a major mesoscale discussion that has strong wording, I'll give you post. If there's a tornado emergency, I will actually post it on my channel, okay? So, yeah. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.